Hello there my fellow holotable heroes, and welcome to another Rise of the Empire Territory Battles video guide. You will be able to find this and all my other guides on my SWGOH for Life website, so if you haven't seen it yet, go ahead and check it out, the link in the description below. In this one, I'm returning to the planet of Felucia. I've done quite a few videos already showing you different teams for different these missions. So again, I have now some maybe units I didn't have before, or some of the teams had to move to another mission. So I had to a little bit reshuffle here my squad layout. So I'm just going to show you some alternative teams that I used here versus for the Hondo mission as well as Lando mission. So the first one will be Hondo mission, and then there'll be two more teams for Lando. So if you're just interested, in a particular battles, as always, you can find YouTube chapters below. Otherwise, let's go ahead and kick off with Hondo mission. Now, both of these missions, it doesn't help that actually units we have, they don't do a whole lot. So I don't know, it's ECG trying to troll us a little bit here, just kind of giving us units that are pretty much useless in these missions. So basically you're playing 4 on 5, not 5 on 5. Now I've tried Ray before with Scoundrels, and just it didn't work all that well, to be honest. However, with the addition of Cal and Ben as the unaligned force user to this squad, and then Ray as well, so just kind of running Ray Jedi training, so just running a full unaligned force user squad. I didn't remod for this mission at all, that's why you can see some 5-dot mods on some of these guys, but it's not really needed. It's really like Ray kind of carrying the mission here. We have Cal here now as well, because now we can use Jedi Cal here in Sector 2 on Braca, so this frees up the baby Cal to be used under Ray. Now, we're really lacking damage on this team, so I'm gonna speed up this footage a lot because I think the whole battle took nearly 20 minutes, so I don't want you to be sitting here for 20 minutes watching Ray keep using lifeblood over and over again until she gets her whirlwind out. By the way, we've got here Hondo. Yeah, he still lives. Sure, let's go ahead and put captive, I guess, on Stormtrooper. Why not? We can go ahead and dispel here. Oh, is it the... yeah, the dispel doesn't always work, does it? Alright, fine. Forget it. We just put an armor shred on Stormtrooper. I'm just so used to using Ben in Grand Arena, where he does have a dispel on his special ability. But anyway, we'll just keep topping up Ray. We are on our first ultimate already, but we have made 0 progress on the enemy. Ray's ultimate doesn't do a whole lot. These guys have a lot of protection, are very durable. I was debating, do I do the whirlwind here? It will barely tickle Stormtrooper, but there we go. Hey, at least I got rid of the protection up almost, right? But at least like with this Ray squad, we got lots of survivability. So whenever I do lifeblood, just, whoever is the lowest on one of your guys, just to keep them alive. The main thing here is do not get a Ray into the yellow, because then they can't kill off Ben, and if they can't kill off Ben, they can't kill off Ray. So that's really the main strategy here, and that's why once you add baby Cal, this is actually possible, because with his healing up, protection up, anytime we are hit and things like that, he makes this very usable and survivable. Took out the officer first. I think he's a good target to go after first. Also worth mentioning that Ray Jedi training here is very useful. She's got a dispel, so she can get rid of the taunts. And most important thing is she lands healing immunity that can't be resisted and cleansed for 2 turns, which obviously allows you to finish off the enemies, because as you can see there, them and us, we're constantly getting health over time buff. So this is a part of the modifier here on Felucia. So without that healing immunity, I think this could go even longer. As you can see, struggling here to finish off a Stormtrooper commander. But the reason why I'm doing is I'm just trying to stall the battle as long as I can, so I can get as much bonus protection I can from Ray's lifeblood. So it's really kind of juicing up all that bonus protection, cheesing it a little bit for the start of the next wave, so we can actually take a hit. As you can see, we got loads of bonus protection that we cheesed at the end of the last wave. I was trying to go after Tarkin first, just because, his AoE can do a lot of damage, but he's just so tanky, so durable. I lost Hondo there, as mentioned before. He didn't do a whole lot, did he? I'm like, fine, let's leave Tarkin for the time being and start working on range troopers, so he's not constantly feeding protection up to his allies, so we actually can take somebody down. But As you can see, a little bit struggling. There we go, finally got range trooper down. As soon as kind of you get range trooper down, you start to moving faster. They're not getting protection up anymore. And as well, less assists from the Imperial troopers there, so the battle moves much faster. But you can see, no worry of us dying. We've got so much bonus protection saved up from the end of wave 1 that we cheesed. Finally got rid of Tarkin, especially, yeah, once you get rid of Tarkin, you can just hit autoplay at this point. These guys simply, without Range Trooper and Tarkin, don't have a whole lot of damage, and eventually you do get them down. Boom, there we go. So that's a Hondo mission. So this is probably the team I'll be using from here on out, even though it takes 20 minutes. And now I've got 2 alternative missions for the young Lando. Now initially in my guide I showed you Sith Eternal with what, and that one kind of works, but it sometimes can be tricky depending, you know, can you line up the turn meter at the end of wave 1 and something. So another way to do this is again use a bit of a cheese mechanics with Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. Because from his unique, whenever our dark side allies are losing turn meter, they are gaining 10% max health and max protection. They're not recovering, they're gaining. Which means that the more turn meter gets removed from us, the more overall health and protection we have. And similar like we cheesed bonus protection with Rey in wave 1 in previous mission, here we will be cheesing these mechanics, so that we will juice up our health and protection so high that the guys in second wave will barely be able to scratch us. Anyway, going first, I'm going to go ahead and start Imperial Officer first, and then hopefully Hux will go get another turn here. Okay, the key here is do not stun Stormtrooper. You need him taunting, because what happens when Stormtrooper taunts? Anytime you hit him, he's removing turn meter from all of your guys, so then they really juice up the health and protection. So that's really the strategy here, is just kind of, you know, keep doing your AoEs with Kylo. Do not dispel with Hux. We want the Stormtrooper to have taunt up anytime as well. Our Kylo is counter-attacking. Turn meter is being removed from us, which means we are gaining max health and protection. And we got ultimate already because of all those counterattacks. Hit the ultimate, and now we'll be just doing AoEs, because if we do a special, we will again dispel the taunt. So that's the kind of strategy here. Just gonna cheese it until we get through these guys. Okay, there we go. So you can see Kylo Ren MX. It looks like he's slowly recovering protection, but he's not really recovering protection when he's hit. He's just gaining max protection. So it's a nice trick here. Just keep doing AoEs, keep cheesing, keep doing AoEs again. Do not stun Stormtrooper. Let him gain a taunt as well again. Obviously, we can stun somebody else just to get those stacks of siphon up, so you can actually finish off these guys, you know, faster. But as you can see, again, do not dispel Stormtrooper's taunt. Do not stun him. Let him constantly taunting. Do an AoE. They should finish him. And here I just want to highlight, boom. What I don't even know how many zeros that is. That almost 5 million health that Kylo is recovering. And remember, Kylo Ren mask, anytime he's hit, he recovers 8% of his health. So if almost 5 million is 8% of his health, he has like, I don't know, somebody does calculation, but he's got like 50 million health or something and protection, which is pretty insane. That's why all these big hits enemies doing is like nothing. Look at it. Look at it, it's nothing. Oh, this is so funny. Anyway, we do have now taunt on Stormtrooper, so I didn't want to dispel it. Although looking back at the footage, as you can see, we're still recovering every time 4.8 million health. So it looks like we reached our max. So I guess at the point where you reach the max of 4.8, then you can actually just ignore Stormtrooper, you can stun him, you can dispel his taunts, because you won't be gaining, looks like, any more health and protection for you guys. At least it seems like this. I don't know. As you can see, getting hit, although that healing immunity could be a little bit annoying. So definitely I think probably once you do hit second wave, you can actually stun Stormtrooper, because remember, we have to use the stun ability so we can get some siphon. and then we can actually start ramping up the damage. But otherwise, same strategy as before. Keep ultimate, keep hitting ultimate, keep doing your AoEs, charges up your ultimate, go back into the ultimate, and eventually you start getting through these guys. If you can get a stun on Aiden, that's a good idea to do, because she's got the ability with healing immunity. Okay, there we go, and we'll just keep going. Keep going. Look at this, Colorado Mask taking all those hits like it's nobody business, counter-attacking, getting ultimate charged up. We just keep doing AoEs with Supreme Color Ren, keep ramping up. So this point, as you can see, I did actually stun First Order Stormtrooper because I didn't want him to taunt straight away, so I can actually get some turns in. So again, it took I think like 10 minutes or so to do this battle, but at least I was nowhere near in danger of being taken out. So definitely it seems like if you can spare Supreme Color Ren for this mission, I think he is the best option to go with. So another team is Jedi Master Kenobi, which is kind of similar like the Sith Eternal one, where you try to obviously get Nihilus lined up to annihilate Aiden before she gets to do a whole lot. Obviously the benefit of Jedi Master Kenobi is that the enemies, they can't gain bonus turn meter, while allies can't do that as well, which means that Aiden will not get 100% turn meter at the start, making it easier to actually insta-kill her with Commander Ahsoka's Force Leap. And that's how we need Watt, because Force Leap does not prevent revives like Annihilate does, but Weapon Tech will prevent that. So anyway, we'll just kick off by putting Tank Tech over on Kenobi, so he's actually taunting because we are not using a full Galactic Republic squad, obviously, so no taunt for Kenobi unless one of our allies gets critically hit. So we're just gonna do that, put damage immunity on him as well, so he takes a few hits, and then we're gonna go ahead swap turn meter with Master Kenobi, and then we'll just start working on Imperial Officer there. The next tech we'll put is Weapon Tech on Commander Ahsoka Tano. She's not getting bonus turn meter because of Kenobi, but she will be preventing revives once we hit Aiden. I'm like not sure what Lando does still, so I'm just like, yeah, sure, just do something. Let's see if he can actually survive. Good thing about Tank Tech, obviously, permataunt on Kenobi, right? So that's nice. And these enemies, they don't have a whole lot of AoEs. So maybe we can even keep everybody alive. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Anyways, you can see pretty doing slow, steady progress. Again, we wasted the damage immunity on Kenobi, but we had to do that just so he can taunt in beginning. Final tech goes on Jedi Master Kenobi, the med pack, and all the tech is set up. Now we just have to wait for Commander Ahsoka to obviously get rid of the Stormtrooper, I guess, so we don't have to deal with his taunt anymore, and then the other guys as well. Alright, okay, yeah, sure, come on Ahsoka, get in here, get in here, come on. Yeah, sure, just get Stormtrooper out. Even though we can get around his taunts now that we have high ground, we at least don't have to deal with his exposes because our team is modded for health, and exposes will deal more damage to us because of that. So just get Stormtrooper out first, then I'm gonna work on Imperial Officer next. He's got an AoE that can do some nice damage as well, so start working on him. Then sure, Recon Stormtrooper, he's got an AoE as well, let's knock him out. And now we're just down to Stormtrooper Commander and as well Range Trooper. And again, I'm just gonna have to take these guys out. As you can see, we can actually keep everybody alive there. Thanks to what with protection over time, topping up protection on everybody, and healing over time as well. From what's basic as well as the modifier from the mission. Finally going after Range Trooper, and we just have to defeat him, but you have to make sure you have Force Leap off cooldown, so you can just insta-kill Aiden at the beginning of wave 2. And as mentioned before, because of Kenobi, no turn meter manipulation allowed, so then Aiden will not get 100% turn meter at the start of the wave and just, knock out somebody with her mass assist. And we just go ahead, Force Leap Aiden, get her out of here, Weapon Tech prevents revives, and now it's pretty much same as we did in the first wave. We just kind of go around, start picking these guys off one at a time, maybe again trying to prioritize First Order Stormtrooper and also their Scout Trooper with the assists and everything. There we go, heal up the team. Alright, So for some reason, I forgot there's a Stormtrooper in there because I just kind of let him be for too long. Again, probably actually going after Stormtrooper would be a better option, I think. But yeah, because of his exposes and everything. But otherwise, yeah, we'll just keep going. Looks like this time I decided to leave Stormtrooper for last. And there you go. I paid it dearly. He killed off my General Kenobi. But luckily, these guys were still able to finish off the battle here. Funny enough, both Watt and Lando survived the battle, even though they are not Galactic Republic. But there you go. Another way as well to complete this. Again, maybe a little bit less tricky than the Sith Eternal one, but still, by all means, I think the Supreme Leader Kylo Ren cheese that I showed you is definitely, I think, the most straightforward and the easiest thing to run here. Alright guys, so that's all for today's video. Hopefully it was useful and helpful, just showing a few new ways that I was able to get these missions done on Felucia. Let me know how you guys are getting on, but until then, have fun, enjoy life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.